water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Lift your glass and 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 drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. I know it's confusing. Drink, 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 drink. 1 minute I'm on, the next minute I'm off. I don't know what's going on. But take your breath and drink your water. 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 Drink, 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 drink. Come on now. Let's drink. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass and toast your ancestors. 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 Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass and drink your water. 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 Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass and toast your ancestors. 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 Lift your glass and say Happy Kwanzaa. Lift your glass on this day of Kwanzaa. Lift your glass on this day of Kwanzaa. Lift it up, lift it up. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. We only got a couple more seconds of the music, family. All right. Call lines are open. We are open on a journey for discussion this morning. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Shouts out to the other people that was out there. You know what I'm saying? Drink your water, family. We got to stay healthy. We got to stay healthy. No matter what's on your mind, no matter what's going on, that body is very important. Water, lubricate the system. You know what I'm saying? Help keep your system cool. Help keep the blood from thickening up. Drink your water, family. You know what I'm saying? And remember, take a couple of breaths. You don't have to be a long practice. You know, just make sure you're getting your water. Make sure, and like I said, coffee and tea don't count. Get some water in you, family. So, of course, you know, today is the third day of Kwanzaa, but for us, it is Ujamaa. So I want to greet you, and I want to say Ujamaa, UJIMA, family. Ujamaa, then UJIMA, because today is UJIMA, and we're going to talk a little bit about UJIMA. But before I even get into that, excuse me, the celebration last night, once again, it was hot, it was packed, you know what I'm saying? And I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to, make sure we showing love to the family. We raised $200 and some odd dollars the first night. We raised $96 last night. We still had a raffle going on, and we going to give away a piece of art that's worth about $600. I'm just, keeping it all the way real. And we're giving away 3 DVDs. We're giving away three DVDs. Color, Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3. You know what I'm saying? $5 for 1 ticket, $10 for 3. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now. You can't beat that, right? And I'm just like, yo, family, because, we need to talk about this today because we're talking about UJIMA, right? Even though we on we talk about, because in order really to practice Ujamaa, which we are on as far as the journey today, you have to be able to understand UJIMA, right? So we're going to get a little bit into UJIMA, right? Because one of the things I've been neglecting this year is really going off and going in depth about the principles. Yesterday, you listened to yesterday, I scratched the surface of self-determination. But one of the things that we really, really, really need to work on and do, right? Work on and do is that we really need to sit down and have discussions about the lessons during these principles. Not only sit down and talk about them, but I already told you, activate the reticular formation, go out into the world and find it, but also when you studying, look for these principles, right? Because, for example, if we look at it, UJIMA alone, and we can see how using UJIMA has made it possible for us to survive the impossible. UJIMA, right? And UJIMA is one of the major, is possibly the major principle that capitalism strives to destroy, that the system that we are involved in strives to destroy. Why? Because if I could separate you and get you to work as an individual, I could either kill you or domesticate you. You don't domesticate herds, family. You don't domesticate prides. You know what I'm saying? You don't have prides of lions that's together that you could just turn into little bitch lions that you could, and they sit up and no. All those lions that come together like that, each one of them was introduced to that collective at different times, and they had already established the order. You can't grab a whole pride of lions or a whole pack of wolves, right, and just tame them. That shit don't happen. What you have to do is you have to isolate one wolf, and you got to get them young enough, right? Get them young enough to influence them, family. You separate it from the herd. You separate it from the tribe. And you are able to take over and dominate that individual, right? It's as individuals that we will lose this whole battle, family. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody else is using UJIMA. Everybody else is using the power of the principle that we're going to be celebrating today, right? So I want y'all to understand, when you come to Kwanzaa, understand you coming for more than just to buy the food and to see the vendors. You coming to get the lessons. You coming to look at, when you looking at the dance and you looking at the African dance and you hearing the drum, you're listening for your ancestors to speak to you on those days, family. Now, I'm just letting y'all know, lines are open because y'all know, during Kwanzaa, you know what I'm saying, I got this whole Kwanzaa off so that I could go and rapitates with my people. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to understand that. I did this purposely because I wanted to make sure that anybody that had any questions about Kwanzaa, anybody that wanted to have a discussion about Kwanzaa or any of the principles, that I made myself available. Just like we did on the 25th on the Moja of this week, like we did on the Moja. If y'all want to have a conversation, whatever you want to post up, I feel confident enough to talk about. Almost. You know what I'm saying? Almost. I ain't gonna say almost, but shit, anything you throw up, we can have a conversation, because I'm quite sure if you are asking a question, you have some insight into it. Or if you making a comment, you have some insight into it. So feel free to call in at 614-556-4535. Oh, Gina been on my keyboard. I couldn't find the 4, and I'm looking right at it because Gina done got some food on it. Abari Ghani, fam. Ujamaa, Abari Ghana. How were our numbers last night? Last night, we might have had 150. You know what I'm saying? So what we have to do, we got to get the energy up. I need to announce I'm hosting tonight. some of the stuff that's popping off tonight. Let me let you know. No, before we even get to tonight, today is one of the most important afternoon parts of Kwanzaa. What we got going on today, the 28th, 2017, we have the reading, writing, and storytelling. It's Kwanzaa time. So we have an activity where we are going to walk the children through reading, writing, and storytelling. Now, y'all already know I got a show here called Folk Tales for Grown Folks. Y'all already know how I feel about the importance of stories. So there ain't even no question that this one, you know what I'm saying, it is from 1 to 3:30 at the main library auditorium. It's hosted by Emily Bailey. She's going to have books there. So it's going to be an opportunity not only to expose your children to writing, reading, and storytelling based on our culture. It's also going, Miss Bailey has been working hard, and she has books there to give away to help your child start their library. Where my dad? Where is it at? What? You know what I'm saying? What? Let me say that again. This sister done went out and got books to help your child start their library. Part of the problem in our community is that most of y'all TVs are bigger than your libraries. I want y'all to think about that shit. Think about what I just said. Most of y'all TVs are bigger than your library. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got a lot of digital books, I stand corrected. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a lot of digital books and I got a lot of real books, family. But I'm trying to let you know, I will never buy a TV bigger than my library. Got my little milk crates. I'm still old school. I got the milk crate library downstairs. So when I want to read or I want to do some research, I got my little library. I ran out of space. I got books out on my back porch. You know what I'm saying? Because from where I came from, books were important. You know what I'm saying? Really, I mean, think about that shit, family. We got a whole culture of individuals who have been raised up on propaganda. Right? This is where you know what I'm saying? Along with because like I said, you feed. Just like our ancestors need us to remember them to eat, we feed on everything. When we're seeing things, our mind is eating, in a sense, the light that it brings in. We consume everything. We consume the sounds that we hear. You know what I'm saying? That your body is consuming that. The sense that you smell, your body is consuming that. So, of course, the information that you take into your body, the information that you take into your mind is feeding you. So when you're watching TV, you're being fed. So if, like, and the images you have around your house, you're feeding yourself and your children. Right? See, because a lot of times, because I let my kids, play games and shit. By the way, I need to announce this because I got to tell my son this. The WHO just have put out a new diagnosis of a video game mental illness. So now, too much video games, somebody playing it addictively, is listed as a mental disorder. It can be diagnosed. Look it up. It's in the news. I get up, check the news a little bit before I come to y'all. But I'm going to finish my water. We're going to do our toast, and we can have our conversation. How many of y'all out there, TV is bigger than your library? How many of y'all know about UJIMA? Let's talk about UJIMA, right? Let's work together and talk about UJIMA. I want to send shouts out to Mr. Navita Nelson because I see that you shared the show this morning. And you usually got some good topics, so go and throw up a topic, and we gonna hit it. But like that UJIMA, let's talk about. I'm gonna finish the water. We're gonna jump into UJIMA. We're gonna do the toast real quick, and then if we gonna have a conversation, we have it. If not, I just do my little thing, my little monologue, and go on about my day. But family, let me just say this: reading, writing, and storytelling is Kwanzaa time, at the main library in the auditorium hosted by Emily Bailey today from 1 to 3:30. Be in the place. Bring a child. Bring a young person. You know what I'm saying? And most of all, bring yourself, because we might need your assistance. Now, she will provide books so that the children can have to start their library. Get your children starting their libraries, right? Now, I know some people say that because one of my correspondents, the teacher, right? The teacher of teachers, come on here and be like, listening to audio books don't count, right? You know. Hey, she the teacher. I ain't gonna argue with her, but if they listening to something like that, I'm cool. But the reading stimulates the mind in a different way. All right, the reading makes you have to use different. Audio, you have to it's very similar. You know what I'm saying? Because both of them, you got to use your brain, because you got to really be listening. Because if you miss a chapter in an audio book, it ain't like you go back to the words, and you got to almost do that whole damn thing over. You got to rewind over 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and that shit moves fast. But I just wanted to make sure everybody know about that event. Now, here we go, family. I'm going to finish this water. I ain't finished my water. I'd sing a song about drinking water. I ain't finished my water yet. What kind of shit is that? Y'all drinking y'all water? Brother Kwame, you got your water? Navita, you drinking your water? And remember, we drink out of glasses because the ancestors like the sound of that clinking glass. Crystal. I'm going to give me some crystal eventually. My money ain't up there yet. But I'm going to give me some real... I want a crystal. I seen one a while ago. My money ain't up there yet, but I'm going to get it. So this morning, I'm drinking on a... Well, I ain't going to say who they are because they ain't paying for no sponsorship shit. I'm looking for a water company, spring water company that's going to sponsor us. That's going to be crazy one day, right? You know what I'm saying? One day y'all wake up, this show is sponsored by blah, 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 spring water. Drink your water. And I know hopefully I pissed a couple people off with that library one, right? That's cool. I still love you. And on game days, when I'm watching, I don't really watch football, but fight night, I'll be over there watching it at your house. You know what I'm saying, with your big ass TV, right? But I'll be able to come back home and do some research in my library. All right, so today is Ujamaa for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's Ujamaa, UJIMA, but just do UJIMA. When they be at Barigani, the term is UJIMA for the day. But those of you that's been walking with me, you know that, today is Ujamaa, right? Far as the name of the day of the week, because I don't want to confuse people. It's cooperative economics, y'all know that. Those that speak the language. The meiotic principle of the day is reciprocity. Now, I want y'all to pay attention. Start paying attention to those meiotic principles, because those can be part of our discussions, right? It's reciprocity. The M7 of the day, the Millennium 7, what we teach the kids, is gratitude, right? Powerful day. The color is green. This lined up perfectly when I start laying this chart out. And for today, the Hermetic law of the day is polarity. If you are male and was born on this day, your name is Yah, your day name. You're female, if you're female, your name is Yah. Now I want y'all to understand, man, your ancestors were so dope and so deep, right? That they didn't track monthly cycles. They tracked weekly cycles, right? Like I said, man, once I break out and start talking to y'all about the day names, now you can go and do your own research, but let me, there's one thing I need to warn you of, right? The day names were in our culture before the Bible was in our culture. So when you find the ones with the day names and they come from biblical references, you could read them, but understand there are other perspectives, because the biblical ones are cool. But I want you to understand that these day names were in our culture before Bible. You know what I'm saying? So you run into a lot of proselytizing when they're trying to use these day names. So I want y'all to be careful. So go deeper into the day names and get where they come from, why they use the certain words. You know what I'm saying? Why the K's? Why the Y's? You know what I'm saying? Why do the male names start with the K and the female names start with the A, except on this day? This is the only day where you got Y for male, Y for female. And there's a reason for that. Family. And it gets deep, right? All right, so, but now, if we're talking about collective work and responsibility, right? Now, I want y'all to think about this, right? So, in the Gye-Nyame, right? When I'm training my warriors, right? We talk about all types of energy. You know, y'all know this, but we talk about the chakra system, because the major thing that helped me remember the Nguzo Saba when I first started learning, because at the same time I ran into the Nguzo Saba and started experiencing the Nguzo Saba, I started looking at a lot of spiritual stuff. So I would study and I started finding out about these chakras, right? So we're talking about these chakras, but then every chakra had names that I couldn't pronounce. I couldn't wrap my mouth around them. So I started using the principles as names for chakras, right? I want to show y'all something. I want to show you how the universe lines up. Brother Kwame say, the teach must consider for those who cannot take in information as the normal person does. All information I take in is done via hearing. Agreed that if one can sight read, then do so. But for those see, I'm trying to read your thing, Kwame, and it's gonna trick me like it tricked me with Shaka, so I ain't gonna even do that. I'm gonna go to the computer. But for those who cannot, then we must take valuable information by any means necessary. Actually, I would say taking valuable information by any means necessary anyway, because I'm like this. I like the audiobooks because I could jump in the car and read it, or I could speed it up to 2 or 3 times and catch the information faster, right? So that means that I could take a book that's like, the longest one I read was 26 hours I listened to. So I could actually get an audiobook. I could speed it up to 3 times the speed and cut that down into a third of the time. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I got to really be doing some intent, focused listening, right? And I can't drive like that. But at double the speed, I could drive. Triple the speed, I got to be, doing stuff, doing very simple stuff, and I can have my attention focused on the book. You know what I'm saying? But, so I believe in, long as you get information, I don't even care. Shouts out to CeeLo. But going back to the chakras, so I use the chakras to help me learn more about the Nguzo Saba. So if we was looking at the chakra system, I'm going to show you how this line up, right? Hold on. We got, for the Modic principle today, is for the Kwanzaa, not the day of the week. For Kwanzaa is righteousness, all right? The M7 would be respect, which is a whole speak. The color for the principle of the day, for Kwanzaa of the day is blue. The Hermetic law is vibration. See, I could blow it out. Listen. All right. Male name for this day of Kwanzaa, Abarigani, Ujamaa, right? Kweku. Female name, Akua. Right now, but check this out. So I'm looking at the chakras. I'm like, why they got to have these? I mean, the Indians ain't the only one that had the concept of the chakras, or the Chinese. They got all these. They got their cultural shit on it. So I said, fuck this. Boom. I looked at the chakra system. I said 7 chakras is 7 principles. 1 principle per chakra. And I started looking at the definitions, and the definitions of the chakras and how they flowed lined up exactly with the Nguzo Saba. Right? So now we're talking about Ujima. Speed reading is done in much the same way. The more familiar you are with the subject matter, the faster one is allowed to read through it. Okay. I like that. So we talking about, I get back to the chakra, right? So, first point, Moja, Kuji Chagalia. So, Kwame pointing at the top of the head. You know what I'm saying? For the top chakra, that's Umoja. Pointing between your eyes, Kuji Chagalia. Now, the one that's important is the throat chakra, which is Ujima, right? In order for us to master Ujima, we have to master the throat chakra. What is the throat chakra used for? It's used for communication. You see how this shit lines up? I mean, it was, when I started looking at this shit, I said, the shit lines up. You know what I'm saying? So in order for us to really learn how to practice Ujima, we got to learn how to use the throat chakra. We got to learn how to communicate better with each other, family. You know what I'm saying? Stop, you know what I'm saying? Because really, one of the major issues that we have is how we talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on it. I'm working on it, family. I'm trying, right? Learning and is in charge of communications. So Ujima does not work without the power of communication. And what is communication based on? Vibration. Now, did y'all hear what listen. When we communicate, it's vibration. Everything we see, the vibration of light causes different colors, causes us to be able to see stuff. The vibration of sound causes us to hear it. You understand what I'm saying? Vibration falls on the same day as Ujima. So, you know what I'm saying? In order to master these principles, we got to look at them. And then, of course, you know, with the modern principle of righteousness right up in there as well, I mean, we have, you know what I'm saying, how you going to have collective work and responsibility without some righteousness there? True collective work and responsibility without righteousness being in the house, without Mayat being there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can have it's fit, and y'all can work together in that way. We do that shit all the time. But to really build a healthy collective, a powerful collective, we have to understand and work through and with righteousness. So we have to be able to communicate. We got to work with righteousness. We got to understand the law of vibration, because the vibe that we throw off can often fuck up a group as well. The vibe, because, you know, our whole being vibrates. Our intuition picks up on vibrations. Our mind picks up on vibrations. Our emotions generate vibrations, right? So I'm sitting up like, I'm looking at this when I was putting this together. I'm like, man, oh my God, it lines up. Because I've been using the Nguzo Saba like this, except for the days of the week, for years. I just had the courage to bring it out this year, right? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's like, you know, you try to bring some shit, you always got critics in. But, you know, I'm at 49 now. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the age where a lot of my elders start saying, man, I don't give a fuck about what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start telling some of the young boys, like Normal used to tell me. Normal used to tell me, I got one good slam left in me, boy. Don't make me use it on you. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like one of the things that we need to talk to some of our brothers about. And I know this is gonna sound crazy, right? But every man needs a man in their life that could make them cry. And I ain't talking about putting their hands on you, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and I know a lot of you fake hard motherfuckers out there don't feel me, right? But that's cool. Every man needs to have a man that they look to, that if they were to be disappointed, you know what I'm saying? You start to strive to make immediate corrections. You understand what I'm saying? Collective work and responsibility. No more used to get a whole bunch of us up early in the morning. I mean, I could not understand why we couldn't get fruits and vegetables at 7 o'clock in the morning. No more want to get the shit delivered 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Right? No more. Okay, Peanut, you need to get up. Right? I said, I'm a grown man, no more. You can't be calling me Peanut. Okay, Peanut, I don't go call. Ooh. But you know what I'm saying? That type of relationship. I got the same relationship with Elder Gaylord. I got the same relationship with Dr. Dolly. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you have men in your life, real men, that sit you down and will cook for you and will drink with you and will break stuff down with you and talk to you and tell you about the things that they've been through and develop a relationship with you, that when you start acting a fool, they ain't got to say a word. As a matter of fact, they hurt you more when they don't say a word. Now, check this out, and I'm going to get to the toast real quick, family. This is a dope concept that I heard. I was watching, I can't remember, probably Charles Campbell or something like that, right? He said, one myth talks about Satan and God's relationship. And check this shit out. They said that hell was not being able to hear God's voice. God just cut off total communication with Satan, and everything that Satan is doing is trying to get God's attention. I want y'all to think about that type of relationship, that you are in love. You have love for something or someone so much that when they cut you off, it's like being in hell. It is hell. And we got to be clear about this, right? When we start talking about UJIMA, because we have to develop the relationships. You know what I'm saying? Well, we don't have to hurt each other. You know what I'm saying? No amount of money can replace my elders. No, you know what I'm saying? The love I have, no amount of money. You can't buy that shit. You can't buy it. This is the type of relationship we got to, and as nation builders, brothers and sisters out there, this is the type of relationship we got to have with the younger people in our lives. You might not get it with all, but you don't need that many. Where your relationship, you know you can count on it because your relationship is more valuable than money. That's the African way. That's the only way that UJIMA can actually start living in our community. And we'll start using UJIMA everywhere because we'll know that shit is going to get done. I don't need, you see, like with my sons, right? With my sons, I don't need all of their dying loyalty. I only need about 2. They'll keep the rest in line. Because what I started noticing when I was working with young men, right? And a lot of people don't like this, but there's a pecking order, right? The boys look to you, and they form their own stuff. So, at one point in time, when the Gye-Nyame house, when I first started Gye-Nyame house, I talked with Jones, get shit done, right? They hear him better than they hear me. And I don't have to argue with you. I ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. There's an order in the house. There's an order with our family. And we don't want to recognize the order. And not recognizing order causes chaos, which makes UJIMA impossible. Brother Kwame say, Nikki Giovanni once wrote that we are all more responsible to those who love us rather than those we love. Family. And that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and that's what keeps people in line. This is the type of love that that we need to really discuss. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the issue, family. I'm like a nerd in many ways. I got elders. That could call a shot on somebody and it's done. I want y'all to understand this shit. I want you to understand the depths of this. If I have to sit it down, I'll do that. And I know a lot of y'all can't understand that. But this right here, you know what I'm saying? One of the things, because like some other principles of Gye-Nyame is honor, loyalty, and sacrifice. We have to understand that we are the only people playing with our culture. We are the only ones that are not embracing our culture and see, because culture is something worth sitting down for. If you have to, it's worth dying for. If you have to, and it's something that needs to be lived. But we can't grasp that. We don't understand that because we have been indoctrinated. We're being fed propaganda that the individual is the important thing and individual success is important. And because this individual is in our community, it's tearing up the whole concept of Ujamaa, family. Let's keep this shit real. You know what I'm saying? Let's have real talk. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's the individuals out here getting it. It's the individuals out here hustling who put money over everything. And what we have to understand is that right below my generation, that group of young people, even in my generation, we were taught to put money over everything. Why? So that you can get out. We were supposed to strive for success so that we could escape. Escape what? You know what I'm saying? Get money from who to do what? These are not the questions that we wrestle with. These are not the facts that we look at. We had a whole generation coming up on money over bitches. First you get the money, then you get the power. This is in the music. We got shows right now where people are being contaminated with the whole fucked up idea of power. Power ain't about no goddamn money. They want you to believe that. Power is about being able to control a group. See, because if you're an individual and you got money, and I am broke and I have a group and we want your money, guess what? We're going to take it. Isn't that what happened to us? Right? Oh, y'all have some land. We like that. And y'all have people and we need them. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to man up. We're going to group up. We're going to use collective worker responsibility within our collective, within our culture to grab your asses, cause confusion, and ship your ass off and use your land. These very principles that we're talking about, that a lot of people are arguing about, and a lot of people are concerned about who they came through, are the very same principles that was used to divide and conquer your ass. So family, you know what I'm saying? When we talk about getting real means that we need to become principled. We need to start practicing principles. We need to start enlivening these things because this is because really culture is our shield, family. Culture is the shield. You know what I'm saying? Culture is the shield. But yo, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to go off like that and shit. I guess that's my diatribe for today. Let's get this toast on. Since nobody calling in, we're going to toast and then we're going to get up out of here. So tonight will be hosted by Herb Jallo and Brother Hatem. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be hosting tonight, so I hope to see y'all at Kwanzaa. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how y'all be doing during the Kwanzaa week, right? So some of y'all tag out, but y'all tag other people in. If you can't come, send 3 people, right? You tag out, get other people to tag in. We want to do 100. Matter of fact, Kwame is counting the numbers. You understand what I'm saying? Our community mathematician is counting the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So we got myself and the lovely Earth Jala will be hosting tonight. And for those that don't know, basically me and her started doing MCing about the same time, because those of you that's old enough to remember, we used to do, you right, we are there every day. I'm talking about some of those that's tagging out. Some we had, like Kwame had somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm quite sure he advertised. We know Navita, you know what I'm saying? Navita is a Facebook diva, because she put the word out, and it's packed. You know what I'm saying? So so when she wasn't there, we know that she put some other people on. So here we go. So we will be giving away, I don't know which award we're going to give away tonight. A community activist. All right. We will have the Kenneth Edie Ensemble that will sing the Black National Anthem. I'm giving away the award tonight. We will be having, the performance will be by Choi San. You need to be in the house, family. You need to get the cameras out. Oh, by the way, when y'all come, make sure you check in. Let the world know where you at. Get off the paranoid shit, because they're already following you. I'm just, if you important enough, they already know where you at. You know what I'm saying? So, push the like button. Marion Franklin Recreation Center, Men in Black and Women in Red will also be performing. We will also have a comedy and a magician by the name of Rory Rennick. Ooh, they hooked me up. Oh, it's going to be live tonight, family. And also, we got DJ Kimmett, Greg Blair will be there. And the vendor will be Ina's Jamaican Grill. Let me tell you something, man. For the last 2 days, the food has been on point. Willoughby's Soul Veg last night. Oh, family. I mean, I ain't going to say come for just the music. The magician is tonight, right? Right? Which means that when Brother Hot Tim disappear, he going to be able to pop up and handle the whole thing. And he going to do comedy. So it's going to be funny too. So let's pour these libations. If you have any ancestors that I missed on the list, because I know some of y'all should be upset with me. I failed in my efforts to get the page published. What I did was I sent one big flyer. It was supposed to be one, right? But it was a big flyer. You know what I'm saying? So brother looked at it and cut it into two halves and put the advertisements for that ambrosia up, and didn't put up this, but which is kind of good, which means we could build the list for next year, because I toast 365. We celebrate Kwanzaa 365. We you know what I'm saying? Because one of the things one of my brothers told me a long time ago when I went to the Sundance with him, he said, brother, Sundance is our time to relax. As hard as you think this is, the real Sundance is when we return back to the world. Right now, family, we in sacred time. We in the holy space. But right after we come out of this 7-day cycle, the real work begins. Kwanzaa is not the work. You know what I'm saying? Kwanzaa is not the work. The real work begins after Kwanzaa. You know what I'm saying? So those of you that don't understand that, we don't even need to have a conversation. And once again, I don't want no new, excuse my language, I don't want no niggas walking up on me with ideas about doing some nation building shit. I'm sorry. You got to come with your credentials. I need your credentials. I need you to have an elder vouch for you. And it need to be an elder that I know that I can look and see their work. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a whole bunch of new people around Kwanzaa that come up with thinking they got new ideas, and the shit that you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, has been done. You know what I'm saying? No longer, see, and this is something else we got to get on, because I understand we won't accept it, but no longer can we allow motherfuckers into our ranks who have not been tried and tested. You know what I'm saying? So these random motherfuckers that's popping up for special events, and then all of a sudden got a bunch to say, I'm nixing that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm old enough in the community now. Well, I really don't give a fuck whether y'all like me or not. I'm nixing that shit. You know what I'm saying? People who are not in planning communities and there to help organize shit, you don't have shit to say on the mic. You don't get no breaks. Your ass come in as a watcher, and you ask for permission. And if you don't get the permission, you don't move. See, because the next step, because this is what's gonna fuck some of y'all up, and really it's gonna help out some of y'all. We are gonna start doing security training. Tawi, Gye-Nyame, listen, I'm bringing the fire, right? I'm bringing the fire. We know what attracts young men. We know what hold you know what hold on to young men? Adventure. Family, you want to save your boys, right? One or two things. Either get the girls straight and get all the girls doing and reading and doing stuff like that, and the boys will correct themselves, or provide the boys with adventures. Things where they could go and show and prove that they have come of age. That's what the rites of passage was about. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean, of course, boys and girls do things separately, but part of manhood is being able to have adventures and have something that you could share. Like when I share my stuff about No Mo. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or I could talk about what happened to Simba. You know what I'm saying? I still got sons that call me out the blue and be like, "Pops, we going back to Simba." I said, "Well, I'm not going at this time, but they still family. So you still part of the family. We still family." You know what I'm saying? So it's like they hang on to these because it gives them a place so that they could develop their own legend. Because everybody want to have a story. Right? So, hey, all right, we're going to pour these libations because some of y'all falling asleep and some of y'all got to go to work. I understand. So we're going to make it quick. I want to thank y'all for allowing me to rant. I'm kind of surprised nobody called. Well, I ain't surprised. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying? It's 6 o'clock now. Well, I understand. So, we lift our glass to our Creator by whatever name you choose to call a Creator. We call on that great force, that first force, that great power that runs through each and every last one of us. It's not that we doubt that the power is here and we call on it and we expect it to come from some place. We know that the power is here. And today we become conscious of it. And we're going to see it popping off of other people. We're going to see it moving through other people. We're going to see it moving in our life. So we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there we call on our personal ancestors. Those that laid the foundation upon which we stand. Yeah, it's great to toast those famous ones. But family, I'm so sick of going to events and they say personal ancestors and I get about 3 people that say names. You know what I'm saying? Those of us on the journey, we gonna start shutting shit down because he be like, listen, I got 100 and I got the list. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna start laying them out. So here we go. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robin Tex, Sandy Davis, Herm Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walter, Chris and Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Demond Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman L, Brian Watson Jr., and Kaneko Parsons. They on my new list. I'm sorry. Nomo X, Sapet Mayat Ra, Malika Fakir, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro Ector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxor Brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Randleman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carr, Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susan B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Lovita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Mary B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Del Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worrells, Jane Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Gross, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Imhotep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Delma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, Penny Brown Willoughby. I was listening to brothers talk about their ancestors last night. So I found out that some brothers that I've been real cool with for years, their maiden side of their family last name is Brown. So I go inquire. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Inquiring minds want to know. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all heard part of my family line is Brown. So I'm sitting up here like, so when we start shouting out our ancestors, we start making connections in ways that we didn't even understand. All right, Miss CeeLo said, you said lift up our personal Superman and Superwomen that really struck a chord with me. Oh yeah, Ashe. So we lift them up and we say Ashe. From their family, we move to the present moment. We kind of spoke about the present moment. We are in flux right now because for those of us that toast, we know that today is Ujamaa, right? But we know that as far as Kwanzaa, the news is UJIMA. So we toast both of those in this one moment, right? Because this is where our power is, and we can use both of them to become mighty people. So we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From their family, we move on. We toast our future, our children, our children's children, on to infinity. I saw all the beautiful children up in the place last night. Y'all see them dancing? Y'all see the little babies? You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, we building on some generations. Now let's be able to take care of them. Let's be able to provide them with jobs. Let's be able to leave them a legacy of greatness rather than leaving them dust. So we lift up our glass. We toast our children in advance and pray that we do the work so that they will pour for us. And we say, Ashe. From their family, we move on to all of our relation. We pour for the two-legged, the four-legged, the wing, and the fin. We pour for all the elements. We pour for all, the entire universe. The family, we say, Ashe. Last but not least, I pour for you. I thank you for taking the time, for joining me early in the morning. Thank you for sharing time with me. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, and joy in 100 years. Y'all have a great day. And I will see some of you at 1 o'clock, and I will see the rest of you at 6 p.m. I'll probably be a little bit late for the 1 o'clock. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm being honest. I'm being, as they say, transparent. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. You can't run a nation transparently. You can't do that shit. You can't do it. You can't even run a family transparently. I'm just being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? If you tell people you don't have a family. I'm just, I'm just saying. So I'm out. Damn, this black seed. You think it would taste like pepper, but it's very sour. Good, but it's good. Man, oh man. Peace out, family.